Hey everybody, it's Suki and welcome again to another edition of Otaku Ascended Wrestling. And here we are, the week after SummerSlam. A lot of stuff happened. We got SummerSlam, we got NXT TakeOver, we got Tough Enough finale literally right before the recording of this. We got Raw from the Fallout Raw from SummerSlam. We got a lot to get to. So let's get right to it. Let's get right to the wonderful round of people that are joining me for this. First off, and they're all regulars. First off, we of course go to Sarge.
Hi, I'm Sarge. I'm the guy that's going to be gone in 4 weeks.
Yep. So, we might as well enjoy him while we got him.
Yay! I'm being enjoyed.
I didn't say
wow,
how.
That sounded a lot better in my head.
And I didn't say how much. Anyway, by the way, no, there was not a botch on the entrance. I literally just waited until I could see it, until I could see image. So, ha. Anyway, next up, let's go to Cole.
Hey, how you doing? I don't know what to talk about this weekend because I was at both events. I'm dead still.
Yeah. You were breathing really hard into the mic there too. Holy crap!
I don't know why, man. I'm still recovering from NXT and I'm still trying to recover from the meh that was SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It was so C+.
All right, and then after that, let's go to AJ.
What up?
You're still quiet, man.
Wow.
I said what up?
Yeah, sorry. Sorry if you're. Yeah, sorry, man. You really got to talk like right into your mic, man.
Yeah, my
Or
headset's
increase the volume of it.
Or just yell Devon.
Yeah, my headset sucks.
Shh. Spoilers.
Anyway, next up on the panel, of course, is our resident retired wrestler, Mr. Chef Joe. Yes, I'm still doing that.
Yes, and I'm loving it.
Mr. Professor Chef Joe.
Yep.
Doctor.
And, well, since I'm here and this is usually my shtick after pay-per-views, I gotta say it. Here's your winner and still the Otaku Ascended Champion, Cole!
Made that pay-per-view semi-better that I won.
Yeah, that's of course. We've got NXT Takeover. That was a good event. We got SummerSlam, which wasn't honestly not exactly a WrestleMania of the summer. I would say that kind of came out of there.
Dude, it wasn't WrestleMania, and I don't even think it was. It was so boring.
Yeah.
It wasn't SummerSlam. It wasn't WrestleMania. It was like this weird amalgam of both.
It wasn't. There was only 2.5 matches that were good.
Yeah.
It was like Summer Mania or WrestleSlam.
One of those matches didn't even reach its full potential, so I only give it half.
Yeah. But then, let's see. Along with that, we are, as I said, we are going to talk about the Tough Enough finale, which just happened, and of course, we do talk about Raw as we do every week, which kind of reminds me. Hey, AJ.
Yes.
What's up?
What up? Oh, my brother! Oh, my brother! Testify! We've gone back to Dudleyville!
AJ, get the table.
The tables!
You guys are such nerds.
Those damn Dudleys are back! God, what took them so long?
And I'll admit, I was 100% surprised by this because obviously I haven't been keeping up with TNA, and I thought Bubba was still under contract.
You didn't know Bubba actually left the company?
I didn't know he actually left. Like, I look it up, and because the last thing I saw was him basically becoming general manager.
And he left the next night.
Yeah. And I didn't see that show or anything after that point. So
It does kind of make me wonder if Spike will return too.
I don't know, because I don't know how, because he's just straight up retired from the ring now, isn't he?
Yeah.
I wasn't checking he was a firefighter or teacher.
Spike's retired.
I'm looking at my TNA Impact Xbox game, and I'm like, on the front cover is Sting, Samoa Joe, and Kurt Angle. And like,
I bet you right now, Dixie Carter has got to be grinding her teeth, seeing that the Dudleys showed up on Raw.
she's not grinding her teeth. She's just like laying in bed, like surrounded by alcohol.
It's that's another nail in the coffin for TNA.
Dude, I was gonna go so much dark with that, but I held back.
How
the
many
Dudley-
nails does TNA need in their coffin now?
The Dudley. Well, think about it now. When you think of the tag team division, I mean, it was already red hot to begin with. I mean, you have the Lucha Dragons, you got PTP, you got New Day, you got all these teams, but then it just got a major boost.
Timeout.
With the return of the Dudleys.
Timeout. The only thing in the tag team division worth even talking about are two teams: PTP and New Day.
Yeah,
like,
Lucha Dragons.
Lucha Dragons have nothing. They don't do like all they do is in-ring stuff. Like, I'm sorry, that's not gonna like fly that much.
Well, let's put it this way.
At least those doors have a bowl.
Since you mentioned New Day, we shall mention that a certain member of the New Day took a nice little trip to Dudleyville.
Dud, Lisa, Dud.
Oh, don't get you're getting
Shut
salty.
the fuck up, Cole.
I'm sorry. I don't like how the second I don't like the second I start liking New Day, they're getting destroyed. And also, I can tell you right now, the Dudleys are not winning the tag titles for one reason. Why would they give it? No, and this is being serious. Why would you give the Dudleys the tag title? Like, it's back. Remember when they gave the New Age Outlaws the tag titles, and they like immediately gave it to the Usos?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them doing that unless they're going to give it to the Dudleys and then Enzo and Cass beat them.
You do
Well,
realize
maybe that's the plan.
If that's the plan, I love it.
Wait. You do realize if the Dudleys were to win the tag team titles again, that would be their 25th tag team championship. They are, and it's true, they are the most decorated tag team in WWE history.
Technically, I guess WWE's not going to acknowledge TNA stats, but technically, I think with TNA, they're like in the 30s actually.
30s. Okay, so
Jesus.
so.
If somebody can find the stats. Somebody can find the facts on that and correct me. But I believe,
and
I seem to remember they were in the 30s back right when they broke up in TNA.
Checking right now.
And then the rumors were not rumors. It's already technically been confirmed. The Dudleys have signed a multi-year deal with WWE. So
yeah, they're full time.
They're going to be so they're full time. They're going to be on the road. They're going to be doing house shows. They're going to be doing the pay-per-views. They're going to be doing Raw. They're going to be doing SmackDown. So they're a mainstay on the roster now, which is great for I mean, yeah, Kofi's been around for a long time, but you look at the guys like you look at New Day, well, Xavier and Big E, and then you look at the Lucha Dragons, and you look at all these other teams. They're all young guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the Dudleys are veteran teams to work and try to get them better. This will elevate them. Like, can you imagine New Day defeating the Dudley Boys? That would be the biggest win of their career.
Jesus.
Think about that. I'll do one even better. The New Day beats the Dudley Boys in a tables match.
Oh my God.
That is the Dudleys match. Those tables have been coming out of Dudleyville for years.
Before we keep going about this, do you remember Xavier with the trumpet?
Yes.
Trombone.
I'm sorry.
That was funny.
That was hilarious.
You do know WWE is going to make him take that on the road now. That's his shtick.
Dude.
Okay, yeah.
He's going to have it every single week.
Okay, just confirm.
What?
The Dudleys, they have 24 tag titles as of right now.
It is 24? Huh. Why do I remember?
It
So
is 24.
they did acknowledge their TNA reigns.
Okay, so it's 20.
Yep. And both Devon and Bubba, Devon is 43 and Bubba is 44.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
They look good.
So I don't know why for some reason I remember them saying something about being like being in the 30s on the.
Yeah, back when they were 30, like, man, we're in our 30s, we should retire.
No. I mean,
Anyone
being in the
shut-
30s on title reigns for some reason.
Did anyone see Did anyone catch on WWE Shop that the Dudleys have a new T-shirt already out on the store?
Yes.
And they're
I
not
wouldn't be
labeled under,
surprised.
you know, like how the New Age Outlaws were labeled under alumni? Now, the Dudleys are under superstars. Current.
That's great.
So the Dudleys, they're going to be around for a while. And, you know, like they advertise it on Raw, the Dudleys will be in action on SmackDown. So that's going to be fun.
Dudleyville comes to wherever SmackDown is.
Whatever city they go to, it's going to transform to Dudleyville.
What
I
is
thought-
Dudleyville anyway? It's like a redneck
It's like-
town, right?
Think Parts, you know how Parts Unknown is?
Yeah, it's like
You
a
don't
canyon or
really know where you obviously you don't know where it is. That the same goes for
There's a lot
Dudleyville.
of pickup trucks and shotguns.
And tables.
and
Let's
tables.
see. There's actually
And
4
knuckles.
Dudleyvilles in the United States.
Ah,
There is a
There's one in-
Dudleyville.
There is one in Alabama, one in Arizona, one in Illinois, and one in Michigan.
I choose either the Michigan one or the Alabama one because they are exactly the same type of redneck.
Now let me ask you.
Motherfucker!
Let me ask you something. Does this kind of look weird for WWE?
What do you
How
mean?
so?
What?
Where they've been training these new guys constantly. They've been praising their newer talent. And all of a sudden, they have like their top tag team attacked by nostalgia. Do you think it might send maybe the wrong message? Kind of like how they have Stone Cold on the front cover of 2K16 instead of like a rookie.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, yes, obviously, bringing the Dudleys back is a huge hit to like older fans of the product. Because think about it, you heard it, the entire Barclays Center as one, all screamed for Devon to get the tables. That crowd loved the Dudleys, but I don't think this is going to send the wrong message that they hate their younger talent. They're gonna have some of the younger guys get wins over the Dudleys. It's not like the Dudleys are just going to steamroll over everybody. This is their first.
Well, they might initially.
Initially, yeah, an initial steamroll, but they're going to have to get.
Who's
beat
the
eventually.
first team to beat them?
I would say honestly, if they really want to establish them, I would say New Day.
Yay!
I would say New Day, but at the same time, I want to see all three of them go through a table.
You just go away, AJ.
But no.
Come on,
but
why,
here's
why is it the
Cole.
first
Here's
time I like a team?
see, Cole. Here's the thing: if it's just the Dudleys they bring back and put into the division, that's one thing. What you're talking about is really if like the Dudleys, then all of a sudden they bring in like
Hardys
if they could ever pull Jeff out of whatever hole he crawled into.
and Matt into and they put Matt on a treadmill.
Oh man, I didn't wait.
Matt
But,
is so
Man, those
fucking
miles, right, Cole?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but,
like if they just you know what it is if they got the Dudleys if they got the Dudleys, then they got the Midnight Express, then they got the one living member of the Road Warriors,
Allied Powers.
and then they got I don't know what's another tag team. Then they got Deuce and
Rock and
Domino,
Rollers. Rock and Rollers.
Rock and Rollers. Then they got the Rockers. They got Mari Jannetty from like the skeleton he's become.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of, the Rockers.
And Paul London and Brian Kendrick.
And then Harlem Heat comes back. And they cut it like a 20-minute promo on Hulk Hogan.
But
and then
Prime Time.
And then Prime
Prime
Time
Time.
returns too.
And Crime Time, yeah, and they attack Prime Time.
yeah, but the point I'm making is that this is very much so just bringing veterans in to pretty much assist with the guy, pretty much really help make the younger talent look good. The younger talent doesn't have to beat them. They can still keep winning, but the whole point is to make the younger talent look good against them. So because the idea is that
not again.
all the other teams see them there and realize, oh crap, they're a threat. We need to step up.
You know, you say that, and I agree with you, but it's funny how WWE did the exact opposite during NXT.
Except, what about Rhino?
No. I meant during NXT Takeover.
Or Rob Van Dam.
No. I'm saying, like, you say, oh, make him look good. I was talking about Brooklyn. I was talking about how Baron Corbin didn't look that good against, what's his name? Samoa Joe.
What? Baron Corbin looked great. I thought that was probably the best match he's had.
Maybe I have to rewatch it.
Because
he may have shitty seats. Who knows?
No, I had great seats. I had shitty SummerSlam seats. I had great NXT seats. Maybe it's just because it was right after the debut match. I was kind of like, yo, oh, that guy was great. I don't know. I have to rewatch it, I guess.
Ooh, Dudley's versus Wyatt's.
No.
I would like to see that.
Oh yeah, they can actually go over after for the Rumble thing.
And they bring back Spike.
Yeah, but it's.
I just read that Spike. He's still doing independent stuff.
Oh. Okay. I figured he'd be. I figured he'd be done by now.
All right, actually, we're going a bit off topic, so maybe we should start from the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
Weekend.
Okay. Now we basically
Sure.
because basically we went to the Dudley thing because we knew we'd have to talk about it, and AJ's been basically chomping at the bit to talk about it.
Pretty much.
So I decided to just get it out of the way.
Okay, real quick, NASCAR. You're saying why is it weird that they're not doing the Garden? Because the Garden's fucking expensive. The Garden is the worst when it comes to TV deals because they have this nostalgia bullshit that they basically charge out the ass to broadcast from there. So WD only does house shows there, and that's why the broadcast with Brock Lesnar from there is going to be like on the network. So because they want to justify like having the show there. So they want to sell out the arena and broadcast on there just so they can get some sales.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but okay, so all right, so with that little bit out of the way, we may talk about it again a little bit later when we get back to talking about Raw. But all right. First up on the agenda, obviously, we got to talk about NXT.
Dude, that crowd was amazing.
And
Holy
this
shit.
is where I check out.
Fuck you, Rock.
Get out of here. You want no good
Dude,
wrestling.
AJ, it was louder
Fucking
than
casual-
any. It's been loud. It was
casual
louder. It was louder than.
watcher.
Shut up. It was louder than anything I've ever been to.
Yeah, NXT Takeover. Holy fucking shit! I could, honestly, can we just not even talk about SummerSlam? Can we
Yeah, I don't
just
want to talk about SummerSlam. I don't want to talk about the
like
sequels event.
probably once we get to Summer, and that's probably when I'm gonna bail just because I really did not care.
I'm just gonna like bitch about it. Dude, I have a lot to bitch about for that, but nothing to bitch about with NXT. However,
No,
before we could talk about TakeOver, I want to talk about one of the TV tapings before it goes up because, oh my god, it needs to be talked about now. And that was the Carmella versus Eva Marie match. Suki, she looked really bad. Suki, like, really bad. Carmella isn't the best, but holy it was slow. It was just, like, she botched her finisher. She botched, like, 3 times on just simple moves. The crowd was having no part of it. They booed the entire match. It was just deafening boos. It's really bad. And I don't know how they're gonna edit it to make it look better. It's just really like you're gonna see them. I don't know what they did, but it's like it was horrible, dude. There was not a single smile in that arena.
Eva Marie was loved by the main roster.
That was, it's almost sad that they're trying to push Eva Marie. It's not good because like at first her first match it was all right, but no, they need to like either give up on her or just do something, or just turn her into a manager. Honestly, she can't wrestle. She has no in-ring skill. I'm sorry, and it bothers me a lot. And I need you all to watch it. Rock, you should watch it tomorrow. You should watch it. You might see me. I don't know. I'm sorry. I need to get that out.
All right. Anyway, all right. Well, that out of the way. Yeah, let's go ahead and focus on TakeOver, which Well, obviously we've kind of opened ourselves up to go long tonight, but let's try not to go too freaking long.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mind I got at this.
Yeah, that was a huge file that was being set between me and him. Holy crap!
Oh, I know.
Anyway, but so first off, Takeover starts off, and Triple H pretty much has his, Triple H, cut a really good little promo about, the fact that
us all to be quiet beforehand. He came out and said, "I need this place to be quiet as a church, because I'm going to be doing something really cool." And then people just start yelling like, "Guys, shut the fuck up! This is serious."
Yeah,
Could you hear him while he was talking?
No, we couldn't hear him. I was like, "Wait, did it start?" He's looking down. Are we starting? I don't know what to do.
Yeah, because he
and
basically
then he raised his arms and goes, and the lights went up.
Yeah, because he was just talking to the TV audience.
What did he say? But because he said what he was going to say, but I'm curious.
Hang on, I know exactly what he said. I know exactly what he said from like.
Are we getting a Triple H impression?
Possibly.
All right.
It started with a whisper, until you screamed it at the top of your lungs. We gained momentum. You made us unstoppable. We had a vision for change. It was like something along those lines. Oh, and then he says, "We told you." No. We had a vision for change. You made it a revolution. We told you that this is the future, until you told us the future is now. And then the lights come on.
And they said, "We are NXT."
Bingo.
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah. And then it goes through the whole thing. They get the intros, and then we get our first match, which I can kind of agree with. I can agree with placing this as the opening match, and that was Tyler Breeze versus Jushin Thunder Liger.
The fact that Jushin Thunder Liger was in a WWE ring kind of shocked me.
Dude, the intro for the entrance for Breeze was amazing.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah, God, that's one of that entrance was another example of why I hate the fashion world, because oh God, that's so stupid.
But rarity though.
Okay, here's the thing: the My Little Pony fashion world makes way more sense than the actual fashion world.
Fair enough. I was like confused at first, but then I looked at the screen and it said like summer 2015, like New York gorgeous.
Yeah, it was NYC gorgeous, and everything. Yeah, so it did that, and I saw them come out, and they were posing, and I went, oh, it's this entrance.
I don't like how they didn't have on screen his like periscope of his entrance.
No, he apparently they did it different this time. They he was like everything he kept taking pictures, and he was like live Facebooking.
Oh wow, Jesus.
Yeah, he pretty much Facebooked out his entrance live.
That's cool.
And so yeah, he does his entrance, and then Liger comes out, and obviously Liger, as far as I remember, because I didn't of course I didn't watch a whole lot of WCW back in the day, but really he's never been big on like big fancy entrances anyway. At least that I remember. But
yeah, I remember watching Rey Mysterio's DVD, and he faced him a few times, and yeah, he just pops out, and that's it.
Yeah, but of course this was obviously the match that won. Was supposed, this was pretty much Tyler Breeze needs to look really good against a very well established talent in the industry, and versus, hey, all these WWE people who didn't go back and watch any WCW or don't know anything about outside of WWE. Here's a taste of what's out there. Here's a guy that's basically a legend in our industry.
Also, yes, Liger was in WCW.
Yeah.
Sorry, someone in the chat asked that.
Yeah. Well, no, I see Yomi asked that too. But that's it. But as far as the actual match went, I'll be perfectly honest. I think this. Well, let me think.
I might agree with you if it's what I think you're gonna say.
I kind of think it was still a solid match, but I kind of think this was honestly the weakest match of the night.
It was either this or the match of the new guy.
Yeah,
Granted, Liger
But it
is
was
in
like,
his
but
50s
because
now.
it was a new guy, but since it was a new guy, you had lower expectations.
But
you know?
yeah,
With
honest-
Liger, you expect more.
Yeah, it's well, and I think Chef just said the good point is that, yeah, given Liger's up there in age, like if this was Tyler Breeze versus Liger when WCW first went under, I'd say we probably would have gotten a much more intense match.
Mm-hmm.
But it is one of the. It's just one of those things where, and I guess it's also because of the fact that really, NXT has been very good about storylines, building them up and everything. This is one of those things where it was one guy kind of had to carry the feud going in, and I don't know. Tyler was okay at it. I don't think he. I think that's one of the other problems here. Is I don't think Tyler. Like Tyler, if he's got somebody opposite him, he can he can work a feud just fine. But I just kind of think when he had to do it himself for this, it didn't bring the same weight to the match as.
Do you remember? There's something about the feud that didn't make sense to me, where he goes, "Oh, I beat Hideo Itami. I'm coming for you." When did he ever beat Hideo Itami?
During let's see. Didn't he beat him during the? Oh wait, no, he didn't beat him during.
No, he didn't. He
okay.
beat,
no, but he has beaten Itami, and I'm trying to remember when because
I can't name one time.
No, it was. I know he has a victory over Itami, and I think it was just on a regular NXT show.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. No, I know Itami is not perfect against Breeze. But yeah, and I do. And okay, Lemon brings up a good point with Liger is that. I guess Liger is. I don't know because I don't remember him ever trying to basically cut promos in WCW, but yeah, he doesn't really do English. Yeah.
Fucking assholes. Fucking chat.
But anyway,
I typed in Cruiserweight by accident. I meant Cruiserweight.
all right. So anyway,
And Cole just performed a botch.
So anyway, but yeah, that's really all I can say about that is that Liger beats him, but as far as the match goes, Breeze looked good. So even with Liger winning, it was.
And Liger was funny.
Huh. But I mean, even
Liger impersonating Breeze on the ropes and taking a selfie stick was fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, he knew. Yeah, Liger, even if he doesn't have, even if he can't speak the language, he definitely showed he could still work a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But I think out of that match, it pretty much did what it needed to for Tyler Breeze. Even in a losing effort, he still looked good. That really, I don't think you weren't supposed to go into that match thinking that Tyler was going to beat him. He was just supposed to look good. But,
Right.
Yeah. All right. So then, oh crap! I should really just have the card in front of me so I can keep this going. So I can.
Next match, I can say next match was the Vaudevillains.
Oh, was tag titles after that? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was the Vaudevillains versus Blake and Murphy.
Yeah, and I will admit this was when I started watching this after it was really late at night, and I decided to start watching it then. As soon, they sat there and they basically had their plan for Alexa Bliss. And as soon as that music hit, I went, I should have freaking known for NXT's biggest event so far. Why would they not pull one of their biggest, I don't want to say attraction because I don't think that's the best.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Freaking blue pants.
I mean,
because go ahead.
I'm sorry, but I know they say she's not signed, but. She's a freaking NXT. Huh?
She has a shirt.
Yeah, but because I'm sorry.
She has it. Huh. She just got a shirt, so I think that's a confirmation she got signed.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a. Yeah, but honestly, with that, and I kind of like how there was kind of a hint there because the vaudevillains were wearing blue.
Here's the thing. My friend who was with me, went to the event. He said, like, I kind of know something about this in SummerSlam. I go, okay, fine. He goes to me, we're watching the entrance. He goes, huh, there was supposed to be someone with them. I go, really? And as Blake and Murphy come out, like, right as she's starting, he goes, yeah, it was supposed to be blue pants. I'm like, oh. And then I look at what they're wearing, I'm like, wait. And then they point to the freaking thing. I was like, on cue, and I start freaking out.
Yeah.
The place erupted. Did that come over on the stream? How much it erupted?
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, you could tell pretty well.
I'm gonna be honest here. I think Blue Pants got a bigger pop than Brock Lesnar. I'm gonna be completely honest here.
Yeah. By the way, I had to. Here's the funny thing. Wikipedia. I had to quickly scroll down to the bottom and scroll back up through the card because Wikipedia included the stuff that was being recorded for Wednesday.
Yeah, I saw that too. You have to be careful of that.
Yeah. So, yeah. But first, because I started looking down, I was like, okay, the card, Hype Bros. Whoops, that's Wednesday.
That match was pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right.
but the Vaudevillains match, honestly, they're good. I don't see them making it far on the main roster, but they're very good.
Yeah. The thing is that
Blake and Murphy, I'll say it before I say it again. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well,
Am I talking now?
Yeah. I was just gonna say because Vaudevillains, it is very much a very. I don't want to say it's not really a goofy gimmick because they are taking it fairly seriously.
Their entrance music is great
Yeah.
for
And
it. It's not goofy at all.
Yeah. And it just becomes one of those things where how will the main roster fans embrace it, sort of thing.
They need to get an actual monkey on a bike.
Yeah. But
But Blake and Murphy, they were solid. I liked how they did in the match. Honestly, they were really good. It's just the fact that they're boring.
yeah,
They're solid in the ring, but they've got nothing to say.
yeah. Honestly, really, all the personality of the team lately has been Alexa, which I get is the point.
And she got attacked, and she got beaten by Blue Pants.
Yeah.
I love how in the ring she looks when she gets in the ring, looks at them. Blue Pants just starts attacking her, and Vaudevillains just start looking huh? All right.
Oh, what was it? Yeah, I do want to say one thing about Takeover. Overall, as a show, whoever the fuck is picking the theme songs per NXT is doing a hell of a lot of a better job than anyone who's picking the theme songs in WWE.
We
Like
want
the main
it.
roster. We Like It Loud by Sleeping with Sirens had to be the best theme that they've picked for any show. Because look at that song was like hard rock. It was in your face. It had that kind of attitude. Look at SummerSlam.
Demi Lovato.
Why?
Because we gotta be hip with the kids.
They wanted to be cool for the summer.
I want to find that other song, but we should have. Yeah.
Wait, the other promo song?
We want it all.
Oh, CFO did that one.
Damn it! I want a full
Again.
song.
CFO only did that for the promo vid. I think that was only for the Brock Lesnar Taker match. But we'll get to.
We have an entire show to get through. 2 shows to get through for that.
Yeah. So let's go Takeover.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, for being the tag title match, it was definitely a very solid match. It was, and this is one of those things where, like I said, with NXT storytelling with the feuds, this was a very involved feud. It was definitely there. So
Yeah.
So this match felt like a good payoff.
Right.
So, yeah,
It felt like a good payoff. Yeah.
yeah. So that's the because obviously the Vaudevillains found an answer to Alexa Bliss, and that was the whole because that was the main thing to deal with Blake and Murphy was you needed to deal with Alexa Bliss at this point.
At least now they got Blue Pants.
Yeah.
Is that permanent?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's gonna be permanent, but maybe.
Yeah, we'll
Because
see.
it's obvious
We'll
Blake and Murphy are gonna have Blake and Murphy are gonna try to win back the titles. They have the rematch.
Yeah, but we'll pretty much we won't find out until the week, not this week's, but next week's NXT, because that'll be the first one to actually continue storylines.
Yeah, but yeah, good match. But this one was Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews.
Wait, wasn't it
Next, next match is Apollo Crews.
Yeah, it was Apollo Crews, who I couldn't find his fucking shirt at all. Like, I was looking for my friend to find the Apollo Crews shirt. They were nowhere in that arena.
Yeah, which by the
Maybe
What shirts did they have for NXT? Did they
Okay,
have, shirts?
at NXT, they had a shirt. You remember the promotional poster for the NXT show?
Yeah.
They had that shirt with, like, the card on it, even for the tapings, which I might try and get because I'll probably go off, like, discounted, like, on WWE Shop, but I bought the poster. They had that shirt. They had Enzo Amore, which I bought.
Okay.
Enzo and Cass. They had, I think they had Bailey. They had Baylor Club shirts. They had
Balor shirts.
sorry.
No, I'm not
they
surprised.
had Balor Club. You know, like Bullet Club.
Yeah, I get it.
They got the Balor face paint demon shirt. They had Balor masks for sale. They had programs, the poster,
Pretty much everything NXT.
everything that mattered.
No, I didn't. There was no John Cena shit, was there?
There was
Very
like
not.
the WWE stand outside did, but like
Ah.
but like outside did, but inside it was like just NXT stuff.
Good. Let's
Like
keep it that way.
outside, but outside they had the Seth Rollins stuff, like knees to faces and all that.
Yeah, they had the main roster stuff outside.
Yeah, just like you want your money in the bank briefcase? We have it for $75.
Yeah,
I was tempted.
Why?
Okay, so all right.
yeah,
then-
the debut
Moving
match.
on.
So yeah,
moving on.
the debut, this debut match, which it makes sense that it's the shortest match in the card. It was a debut match. so-
10.
Yeah, Apollo Crews versus the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, which I'm probably gonna need some. I'm probably gonna need a few, a little bit longer to kind of really give Ty Dillinger the whole Perfect 10 gimmick.
His theme is fucking great, and the crowd was eating it up. They was
Yeah.
10. They
Yeah,
were going with it up until like Apollo Crews really started showing off.
Yeah, the only issue I have with Ty Dillinger's thing is that I haven't heard him talk in this revamped version of himself. So that's what's gonna really get for me is, how does he do promo wise doing this whole Perfect 10 thing? Yeah, but so Apollo Crews and obviously Rally, get over here. Get over here.
Rally,
Rally
Rally
botch.
comes in her usual,
Sorry. Anyway.
shit.
rally.
But I mean, honestly, Apollo Crews, he looks solid. I mean, yeah.
Apparently, this doesn't even isn't even the tip of the iceberg for the shit he can do.
Yeah, but I mean, for what he did do, man, he's definitely got energy, and he's got the athleticism. Oh god, he's got the athleticism.
Holy shit, he's like a better Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, except this one actually has personality.
Who's the other black guy who's really fit that could jump around?
Oh, what the fuck is it?
Ezekiel Jackson.
Oh
He-
god.
Wait, I don't remember Ezekiel Jackson really being like nimble like this was.
Didn't Ezekiel Jackson
I don't
run
remember-
up this? Didn't Ezekiel Jackson run up the ladder and the Money in the
No.
Bank?
That was Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, whoops.
Shelton Benjamin is a hell of a lot more athletic than Ezekiel
Oh,
Jackson.
he's better
Better.
Shelton Benjamin. My bad.
Yeah. But yeah, Apollo Crews did good, which was great.
So
Good debut.
this is one of those things where you can give him a short match. He's you can pretty much at the next major event. At that point you give him a good feud, and that's when you give
There
him.
was one problem with the match, Suki. There wasn't enough power.
Oh god.
Backlaw.
Huh.
Yeah, I am kind of
But-
upset that his entrance music wasn't the music for his promos.
Yeah. Kind of lame.
Dun, 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 dun.
But yeah, overall good. Let's get to the best match ever.
Dude, the match. My brother's friends who think divas are like the shittiest
We
thing in the
skipped
world.
a match.
We did.
Oh, we did.
Yes, and it's
match?
one that I was already I almost already had an argument with Colt on.
Oh right.
That's Samoa Joe beating Baron Corbin by submission.
It was.
Oh, it's okay. This
It was.
match.
I don't.
Paul.
Yeah, here's why I still love this match, because, and in general, it was the whole thing, the whole feud, everything leading up to this. Because in the weeks leading up to this event, and everything with Samoa Joe, this did everything right for Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin before this feud did not have much personality. For this feud, they changed it up. Had him start getting cocky, start talking about how he didn't have to work his ass off to get here. He's still, he's really out there, and it's starting to really come through. He's not just the stoic guy in the ring. He's starting to kind of let that cockiness come out in his performance, and it showed with Joe. And here's the best part. Me watching this match, from watching a lot of Corbin's shorter matches and seeing prior attempts at him doing longer matches, this was his best match he's ever had. And so I think this really showed that Baron Corbin is full on getting better as he goes along, and Samoa Joe was probably one of the best guys to put against him to really kind of bring that out of him.
Yeah. Overall, it was a good match.
It was all right. I really wasn't. Maybe it's because I'm not the biggest Baron Corbin guy, but I didn't really see it. But I'll take your word for it because maybe I got bias.
Okay. So that was. Here's the fun part. Oh, that was actually, it's kind of funny. The Samoa Joe match was actually the longest match on the card up to this point, because Liger beat Breeze in 8:42. Vaudevillains won in 10:16. Apollo Crews was 4:43, and Samoa Joe won in 10:21. Now we get to the next two matches, which are both the longest matches of one slightly longer than the other. This just shows how much faith. I just have to go into that just because this shows how much. Once again, this shows how much faith NXT has in their female product.
Right.
Where we've got Bayley defeating Sasha Banks, finally getting the title, and she got it, and this match was 18 minutes 22 seconds. That, as far as recent women's history, I think even the Becky Lynch Sasha Banks match did that only went maybe it was 13, 14 minutes.
I don't remember. You just scroll up. It should be on there. Oh wait, was it on NXT or was it on a special?
I'm looking specifically at NXT Takeover Brooklyn.
Oh, if you look up NXT, if you right click on NXT, if you on Wikipedia, and you can find their special episodes. Because it has a special category for their special episodes. If you want to look at that while I talk about this match, it was really good. Bayley had that whole promo beforehand about how she's getting forgotten. My phone just went off. I don't care. And honestly, it was really good. It kind of just gave her character a new personality of I don't want to be left behind. I'm good. It's I need to win this. Sort of like a Sami Zayn thing. And it's it was kind of like the Mighty Number 9 Kickstarter where you see the guy just fading off on the bench. You just see Bayley just fading off next to her friends.
Okay.
But she was really solid. Sasha Banks was really solid too. I can't think of one flaw in this. I can't think of one botch in this match. It was just perfect.
Yeah, but okay, so. All right, so wow, the Sasha Banks Becky Lynch match was longer than I remember. It was actually 15:33. Huh.
Oh.
But still, that's still the fact that, and I'll say this because everybody know. Well, at this point we know that the only other match that was done that night was the main NXT title match. I'll just tell you this: that match versus this match, the difference is within 3 minutes of time. This match was 18:22. The NXT title ladder match was 21:45. That's, I mean, how many times do you say the women's title match lasted almost as long as the men's title match?
Triple H knows what he's doing.
But yeah, that's the good thing is that this was 18 minutes 22 seconds of very well executed ring work. There was, it's not like we're saying 1822 and it was, oh god, it was dragging on, I was falling asleep or anything like that. No, you were well invested in this match.
Like, dude, the ending, she killed Sasha. She hurricanrana off the top rope. It was like, I forget what it was. Was it a hurricanrana?
Crap, what was that move? It was oh yeah, where she it was basically like a hurricanrana, but it was like a hurricanrana and a sunset flip mixed into one.
Kinda, yeah. And she threw Sasha so far, and then for good measure, she Bailey to bellies her. It was so good.
That crowd fucking exploded when Bailey got the 3
Dude, that was like the moment in the match. That was the first time in the pay-per-view where me and my friends stood up and we looked at each other just like, yeah! And we did that whole thing of like double high-fiving each other.
That freaking... I'm extremely happy that they... Because, it's like I said last week. It's obvious now that they're keeping the others on Raw and SmackDown. And... So they dropped the title.
You're a little quiet, AJ. Sorry.
I know my microphone is pretty shitty.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was obvious that they were going to do this right from when they brought Sasha onto Raw. So I'm extremely happy. And honestly, I know a lot of people are going to give me crap for this, but this match, I would say it's up there with Trish and Lita on Raw. It was about 11 years ago.
I think it was better than that match. The only thing that makes Lita better is because she almost died.
The Becky. I keep saying Becky.
I said it too.
Sasha and Bailey, they tore the fucking house down. And honestly, after this match, it was the NXT title.
Oh, hold on.
I just didn't care. I didn't care about the
crowd. Was quiet because they were dead from the women's match. The crowd was kind of quiet.
How often do you hear that, though?
It was weird.
That the crowd was dead after a women's title match. That's insane. Women's wrestling is back. And it's in NXT. And if there's anyone, and I know a certain somebody in the chat that's been saying for months now, WWE is unwatchable garbage, go watch that. And then come back and say that to me.
It's only $9.99.
You can find plays of it elsewhere.
Also, I want to say this: Sasha's entrance in the Escalade with the security guards pretty good.
Yeah,
I really like that.
Yes, and of course, I fully anticipated it, but yeah, of course, for Bailey, they just basically doubled the number of wacky waving. Yeah, I fucking hate that thing.
Wacky waving, inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Yeah, that was. Oh man,
I think I remember someone during the was Sasha? No, Sasha wasn't wearing pinstripes. Someone was, or was that during SummerSlam? Fuck.
I don't remember who did, but
but back to this one. Did Sasha turn face at the end?
Well, it's probably
it feels like she did.
Well, at least for the NXT crowd, she did.
Because think about this: every time an NXT champion loses the title, they're a face. Paige was a face. Charlotte was a face. Now Sasha seems like she was a face. So you think? Do you think Bailey's gonna turn heel and lose the title as a heel?
Yeah, I mean, this was just one of those things where they went through the whole thing where it felt like the four big names on NXT for women, were Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, and Bailey.
The four horsewomen.
Yeah, and so pretty much when they basically had one hell of a match, it's one of those things where actually, you know what? Yeah, Lemon kind of puts it out there. It almost kind of felt like when the Click did the curtain call.
I actually said to my friends, "Oh no, this is on camera. No, that means Charlotte. That means Charlotte's gonna get like buried for a few months now." It seemed a lot like that. Also, speaking of women, didn't The Rock's cousin make a vignette?
Wait.
Do you remember the vignette in the middle of NXT that we forgot?
Uh.
For the new talent?
Oh. Are you talking about the woman?
Yeah, the woman.
Wait, that's The Rock's cousin?
I think it's The Rock's cousin.
Nia Jax? Huh.
Yeah, I think Nia Jax is The Rock's cousin.
Huh.
I think so.
I was not aware of this.
Someone could correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just like she said it's in my family lineage. I think I looked it up saying she's like part of the same family as Maivia. I don't think it's this. I don't think it's the like the Samo. I don't think it's like the she's. I think she's closer to Rock than Jay and Jimmy. Also,
Alright.
that's a good point. Who is The Rock's cousin?
All right. So. Oh God! Wow, we've already almost gone the hour just on NXT.
I've noticed that.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get on to last match. Honestly, even though a lot of us were just freaking dead from Bayley and Sasha Banks, Finn Balor defeating Kevin Owens to retain the title. I will say, this as far as ladder matches go, I want to say this was probably the most like emotional ladder match I've seen. I'm trying to think. Probably at least in the last year. Because I don't know, it just felt like this. It felt like there was more to this one. Like this, I guess it's one of those things where like WWE will do a ladder. You see a ladder match like probably at least a couple times a year now, out of them. In NXT,
You see one at TLC and you see one at Money in the Bank.
yeah, but with NXT, this was literally only the second ladder match they've ever done. And the last one was like, what, almost 2 years ago now?
It was Bo Dallas versus Neville.
Yeah, so it was almost 2 years ago now. So
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, so that was... So I guess that kind of helped it, where it was, it really felt like a special thing.
It was really good. I think I was really into it because my friend said, "Dude, look, there was gray confetti." Kevin Owens, because we were looking around, he said, "I think I just saw a piece of gray confetti fall from somewhere." And Kevin Owens' color is gray because he thought that Kevin Owens was going to win for some reason. And it kind of got my gears turning, saying, would they give Owens the title a second time? I don't know. And I was kind of into the match going, I don't know who's going to win this.
And then of course Balor, Balor keeps the title because obviously Balor's interested in staying in NXT. So unless they basically call out his contract or something, because I bet you anything Vince would probably do it.
Vince, this guy's our biggest draw in NXT. I don't care.
Yeah. But so he's probably going to stick around for a while and be NXT champion down there. Obviously this completely frees Owens to just go main roster.
Free Owens, free Owens, free.
Yeah, but yeah, there was a lot of good emotion in this match. There was some pretty solid spots in it.
Yeah.
And it was kind of nice to see when the guy does the huge move off the top of the ladder. It doesn't end up costing him the match for once.
Yeah. Before we move on, did you hear any of the "fuck you" Full Sail chants we started?
No, at least I don't remember them.
We started a lot of "Full Sail sucks" and "fuck you" Full Sail chants. We really were anti Full Sail at that event. Because Full Sail was bitchy little punks. Just wanted to ask that before we moved on.
No, I didn't see anything. Or I didn't hear anything.
Let's talk about the 10-match event that was SummerSlam.
Yeah, and there are a couple of things in SummerSlam that I think there are definitely worth talking about. But yeah, the majority of this was just kind of okay. Sorry, I'm just bringing up the card so I can make sure to keep myself going along with it.
Before
Okay.
we move on, I have an announcement. You guys took so long in NXT, I made food.
You should watch NXT.
Food.
All right.
All right, so next, all right, so here we go. So, wait, what the hell?
What you eating?
Sorry, I just noticed that on Wikipedia it actually breaks down the 3-team elimination match and how they get eliminated too.
Oh, that match! I'm gonna be so pissed when we get to it.
Oh boy.
I'm eating minion-shaped mac and cheese.
Okay. So let's see. This one we're probably going to end up going through a little bit faster because, like I said, honestly, the overall event was okay. I can't say SummerSlam was bad. It was.
I can.
It
B minus.
C or C plus.
Yeah, I think it was a good event. I just think, for how much they really want, how much you could tell WWE wanted out of this, it didn't live up to that.
This just showed. I'm sorry, but if you compare NXT Takeover to SummerSlam, you could see Triple H has a far better vision for his things than Vince does.
Yeah.
It's not fair to compare them, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But I mean, the good thing is that, I mean, there were definitely some good solid parts to SummerSlam at least, and we'll talk about those as we get along.
Also, Yomi I said it was C minus. Rock said B plus.
I said B minus.
Whatever. Anyway, let's keep going.
But so first off, the rematch from Battleground of Sheamus and Randy Orton.
Do you remember the Raw after WrestleMania 29 where this match got the crowd really bored? They started doing soccer chants, throwing balls around.
Yep.
This was the same type of thing where no one gave a shit. Sheamus isn't fun to watch, and I'm not excited for him to be champion. And Randy Orton is in this weird place where he's a future Hall of Famer, but they have nothing for him to do, so they just do this with him, so they can say Randy Orton's on the card. Randy Orton, I don't know what to do with you.
Yeah.
You did a good match, but fuck, this match was just meh.
Because that's kind of the problem with this one is that, I mean, if you watch the match and you just take it as a match on its own, it was solid. It was a good match. Just that honestly, for personally myself, I was only kind of somewhat invested in this rivalry, only just because we've been seeing it for a while.
The double pro kick at the end was cool.
Yeah, but so basically that's what happens there, and so Sheamus wins, and we pretty much just move on.
Move on.
Yay, Sheamus.
Move on to kind of honestly, it was this match ended up being better than I thought it would be because I just expected nothing but a clusterfuck out of pretty much the New Day winning the tag titles back in the Fatal 4-Way.
I need to tell you, my brother and I were sitting in really bad seats, but we were watching. My brother, we were at the back of the arena. My brother says to me, "I don't know if I can get into this match because there's too much going on. I don't know who's doing what. It's kind of chaos." I go, kind of, but when New Day came out, I don't know why I was not a big I was not a big New Day guy. Or I was getting better with them, but I was still kind of Them at the beginning of that match won me so hard. Them just shitting on Brooklyn and singing was the best.
Yeah. And then I do have to bring this up. A great moment in this match that I'm surprised has never come up before in these situations. The New Day literally tags each other in. Or no, tags pretty much New Day tagged themselves in to the point that it was 2 New Day members. And they immediately went for a pin. To
That was great.
And apparently, if your own teammate pins you, your team still wins.
That's a genius move. How has no one thought of this?
And it was I just looked at that and I went, "Oh my god, this you mean there's no rule against that?" Like
It's
you would,
so good.
It's like you would think that for tag matches there would literally be a rule written saying you can't pin your own partner to win.
Who broke that pin up again?
I think it was whoever.
Everyone.
Yeah, I think it was whoever he tagged. Whoever I think Big E tagged out.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Titus. I think. Okay, but
With a new day comes new ideas, boys.
But yeah. So
Titus.
yeah. So definitely the tag match was definitely better than than really this setup could have been.
Can I also say that Kofi having a seizure at the end of the match is fantastic? Like, Kofi just, like, on his back on the ring, just, like, flailing is just great. I want it in GIF form. Like, he was so happy.
Well, yeah, that's... Honestly, I've really enjoyed Kofi embracing this whole New Day thing. He's really done well with it.
I don't remember if you remember at the beginning of Up, Up, Down, Down, where Xavier Woods is, like, saying, you know me as that guy who just claps his hands in his power of positivity, and he kind of cringes because he doesn't like it at that point. You could tell they're having fun with it now. They're gonna be bad guys.
Yeah,
Like,
and
now
I mean,
they're bad
come on,
guys, it's
come
great.
on. You know what, honestly, out of everybody in the New Day for their entrances, I think Kofi has the best one when he's just coming down and he's just doing that sideways little skip, just doing the rat, just keep coming up to the clap.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
Big
and
E
especially
shaking
with
yeah.
the gigantic shit-eating grin on his face.
Honestly, I hope Kofi can keep this up for a while because it's great.
Yeah.
And Biggie, I love Biggie too. It's just more of him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, New Day definitely, they did. I'll give WB credit. They did a good job with New Day. At first, obviously people didn't care for it, but now they've done really well with them. Because people didn't like him, they turned him heel, and they basically just let him run free with it, and ended up being a
And
really
now
good thing.
we have Xavier playing a trombone.
And now let's also remember that they were wearing white and gold for later. They were wearing white and gold. I want you all to remember that.
Yeah. All right.
Black
So.
and blue, damn it.
Right. So anyway, next up on the card was pretty much a match we knew was coming, but it kind of didn't really get the best build up. Dolph Ziggler and Rusev.
I refuse. No, we're not. You double count out at SummerSlam? You double fucking count out at SummerSlam?
To be fair, Ziggler nearly got there.
So I don't care. That was such horseshit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Here's what I'm gonna say on this. As far as the match itself resulting in a double count out, that's not really that big of a problem. Technically, even at a pay-per-view, it does work. Especially the way that they did it. It actually works that they ended in a double countout. As far as the match goes. Now, as far as the event they did it at, I do agree with you there in a sense. Like, if this had happened a month ago at Battleground,
Exactly. Yeah.
we wouldn't have this problem. We wouldn't be thinking that this was a bad idea. Like it pretty much would have been, we would just be saying, okay, well, Ziggler just came off injury, he comes in, this is basically their way to extend to another to keep the rivalry going for a little bit longer. But yeah, it just felt like for SummerSlam, it's like, honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of bullshit finishes to begin with, but I can understand where they can be used. Honestly, any event, any time.
Except
I don't know. This one.
Except Mania and this.
Yeah, it's just. I don't know. It just,
Actually, or Hell in a Cell, because that's where feuds go to die.
well, they're supposed to.
Well, yeah.
Well, but then again, bullshit finish in that is somebody coming in and interfering and stuff like that. So.
It's Kane.
It's Kine.
But
Right.
yeah. So we had that. So we had that match. Yeah, it ended in double countout, which on its own is not a bad idea, but it just didn't feel right for the event.
Right.
Apparently, health problems are keeping Lana from competing.
Huh. Interesting.
What's a rush? She's got that potato famine in her.
That's Ireland.
That's Ireland.
What? I know Russia does potatoes. What's a Russian thing that hurts people?
Turnips.
Turnips.
Vodka.
She's got
Vodka.
the vodka disease.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not vodka. It's vodka.
All right, so
Jesus, Cole.
All right,
You know
all
nothing.
right.
moving on to the card. Honestly, this next match, I'd say was a surprise out of the night.
Yes.
I'll give it that. It was a surprise. It was still only. I mean, it was okay, but it was definitely a surprise because, as we all know, the celebrity matches always tend to be just sort of there.
What are you talking about? Jay Leno was great.
Dookie though.
Yeah,
Snooki actually did a splash though.
Yes.
No, Cole. Just no.
Yeah, Jay Leno.
Anyway, but so Stephen Amell and Neville versus Stardust and Barrett, and here's the thing: this is one of those times where it actually looks like they trained Amell.
No, I don't know if they trained Amell, but Amell does all of his own stunts on his show.
Yeah.
So he already had it.
Yeah, he's like a parkour guy. Honestly.
Dude, I watched him working out. It's like intense.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's like, you remember the Funhouse video with like Bulk? He's the guy who'll go, "What the fuck you say about CrossFit?" And then he'll kick your ass.
I like what Lemon wrote. David Arquette is best world champion.
But yeah, fine. But like, also, I actually wrote part of my like newspaper story about Stephen Amell, and like the girls in the Signal were asking me, "Dude, this guy's high. He's an actor." I go, "Yeah." He wrestled. Yeah, he was really good. I'll post it in the chat. But honestly, I'm happy with that. I feel as though Stardust could have had more interactions with him, because like he got the shit kicked out of him, but it was mostly by King Barrett.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, for what it was, it did its job, and we got a nice surprise of some actually good, competition out of the celebrity in this one. So I'll just you got to give it credit. This was definitely one of the good points of the night.
Yes, it was. I should. Yes, it was.
Yeah. All right.
I love that they just went full comic book with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was probably one of the... That's the whole reason I think everybody got really into this, because WB just said, screw it.
Screw it, comic book storyline.
Yeah, and... Oh, God. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it now. Then the next night on Raw, we immediately lost the whole Cosmic King Barrett thing.
I only heard about that. He crossroads Barrett.
Yeah, basically
Queen's
pretty much...
crossbowed him.
They are calling it something else. I can't.
It's Queen's crossbow.
Yeah. So because pretty much Barrett comes out, does his entrance, Stardust comes out, and before anything else happens, Stardust immediately just starts kicking the shit out of Barrett.
Just like a true supervillain.
Yep. So all right. So moving on.
Wow, he's not even wrong.
Well, moving on, and holy crap, this match was that short?
The Ryback one.
Ryback beating Big Show and The Miz for the IC title. It was only 5 minutes.
Dude, it was a horrible match. It was so bad. I'm gonna complain about this one. So I'm gonna Jim Cornette this. I need a moment. This
it was
match.
Fine.
No, it was not. It was not, and here's why.
I didn't think it was that bad.
No. Here's why. The crowd was not into it because you have 3 people in this match that the crowd is meh for. You have Big Show, who you want to retire. Miz, who he's good, but like people are. Miz got the biggest pop, and Ryback was under Miz in pop level. And then you come out and you have this match where the only memorable part that I remember is Miz trying to pin Big Show and Ryback over and over, like going back and forth, back and forth. That was the best part.
Yeah.
And then you have Miz, and then you have Ryback winning off Big Show KOing Miz, and then he just shoves him out of the ring. Not even finishes him, he just shoves him out of the ring and pins him.
Yeah, like this is one of those things where honestly, you could have taken one of the other matches, and pushed it to the pre-show, and given this one, I think, more time.
There was no pre-show.
Yeah, there was.
There was no match on the pre-show.
Yeah, there was no match on the pre-show. The pre-show was just build up of the feuds. That's all they did. Like this would have been a really good reason to have pushed a match to the pre-show and done a match on the pre-show. And honestly, this match could have taken the time that you basically took that you would have given to that. Like, actually, no, this was the shortest match on the card. So what could they have moved? They could. It was honestly like, I guess as we talked about it, but I think honestly I think you probably could have shoved Sheamus Randy Orton off.
Yeah, I get. You don't want Mr. Moneybank on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Honestly, like, I know people are gonna get mad at me. You could have put the Divas match.
The Divas match was good though.
No, it was not. I'll get to that later. But I guess we
Well,
have to move on to the next match.
you are such a. You're just in a bad mood today or something.
It's not a bad mood. It's because the event disappointed me. But let's move on to the next match.
Yeah. So
It's
next
because
up,
he got exposed to NXT.
Kind of is.
all right. So
Kind
next,
of is.
next up, I'll give this one as a solid match. Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose beating the Wyatts.
Yeah.
It was a good match, but god damn, the crowd hates Roman. God,
Yeah, that's
At least
damn.
the at least the
something
New
I
York
did
crowd,
notice.
the New York crowd hates Roman.
dude, it was like we got Roman is sleeping chants when he was on the ground. We got like don't tag in Roman chants. We just wanted Dean Ambrose, and honestly, and then you have him get the win is kind of bullshit, and the crowd was just not having it. And Wyatt
Yeah.
also did nothing. Wyatt did nothing in this match. It was all Luke Harper.
Is that
Yeah.
a bad thing?
Yes.
I wonder if something happened like
I thought it was
earlier
a
in the
bad
night
thing.
that. Wonder if something happened earlier in the night that kept Bray from being able to do too much. Kind of like the whole thing with WrestleMania where he actually wrestled injured.
Right.
Suki, are we mixing Raw into this, or are we keeping just SummerSlam?
I think we're gonna kind of talk about Raw because I do want to talk about Raw and Tough Enough because those are kind of the big things. But we'll
no,
talk
but
a
I
little
mean, can we talk about what happened on Raw as well?
bit. You know what? Screw it. Yeah,
Like,
let's just
right now.
start rolling Raw into some of this discussion, so we can
Okay.
get that. So
We had a rematch, and we got a new member of the White family.
which for some reason
Oh, yeah,
people
that
started
guy.
thinking people started thinking it was Bull Dempsey because as soon as that happens, Bull puts on his Twitter follow the buzzards. But
I would love it. Yeah.
yeah,
but
but
no, it's a new guy apparently.
Dude, why can't we just I would love it if like a Wyatt member came out. It's like follow the buzzards. It comes out to like 80s montage music.
Also, the new member of the White family is racist.
Really?
Yeah,
How-
you're not allowed to see black sheep. It's rainbow sheep now.
Are you serious?
God, WWE. Political correctness.
Oh,
Yes,
wait,
I'm
what?
serious.
Oh, that's great. That's so great.
What?
Yeah, you didn't hear about this?
No.
There's...
Okay.
A long time
Sarge,
ago when I
Sarge,
called,
Sarge, Sarge,
did
say
you
Sarge,
know
Sarge.
Apparently, some groups were trying to change black sheep to rainbow sheep.
Okay, Sarge. Now that you're possibly listening to me,
Sarge, you sound really bad.
honestly, everybody does.
What?
This is why we were nervous about Cole
We just
hosting the
lost.
call. All right, so Sarge, you were saying
Yes, about the black sheep thing.
yes.
Apparently, I'm not sure if this is actually true, but according to Did You Know Tumblr, there was this push, and I'm not sure if it actually happened or not, to change black sheep to rainbow sheep because black sheep is racist. So WWE's being racist with this whole "he's the black sheep" thing.
Or
Oh,
people
shut up.
people can shut the hell up.
Exactly.
Now we can.
I think it's stupid. Moving
let's
on.
keep going, please.
it's
I was just saying that as a joke, but then it became,
all right. So anyway, so pretty much on Monday Night Raw we got a new member of the Wyatt family. His name is Braun Strowman. Is that what it is?
Strowman.
Strowman. Okay. And apparently I looked him up, and yeah, he was part of the whole Arnold weightlifting competitions and everything. And he was actually signed with WWE about almost 2 years ago.
Huh.
And he's just been training and basically getting ready to go. And apparently they decided to. Well, he did like I think a couple of appearances on NXT. Didn't do very much last year, and then it was earlier this month he worked a dark match in a house show.
Right.
Yeah. So and now he's here. So yeah. So he pretty much bypassed NXT.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So next up is, oh yeah, this did happen at this time, huh? It was the title for title, the Cena Rollins. This match was 19 minutes 27 seconds.
Wow, that was a long
Let's
match.
remember there were 4 matches after the WWE title match.
3.
There were 4 matches after the WWE title match. 3.
Well, because we obviously everybody knew what the full true main event was going to be.
Yes.
So they were expecting there to be a lot of activity for this title match too. So they wanted to make sure that there was enough time between those that where they thought they put matches that they thought the crowd would be somewhat into, but wouldn't tire themselves out on between the two.
That makes no sense because you put the Divas Revolution match. You put the Kevin Owens Cesaro match and the Divas Revolution match after, which are matches they're supposed to hype up crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, I think they were just up to their old tricks with the Divas thing, because that was supposed to be the calm down match after the title match, and then the Owens Cesaro match was building it back up, and then you get to the fever pitch with Undertaker Lesnar.
That honestly does make sense. I mean, come on, if you let's say if you do the title match before the Undertaker and Brock Lesnar match, that crowd is going to be wiped out.
Yep.
Especially with what happened.
Yeah. So in this match, I mean,
solid.
I figured that I should have figured that there'd be, I really should have trusted my instincts more with, the fact that they just came out with all this gear that's John Cena 15 times, things like that. So I should have realized that there's no way they would actually jeopardize that and not and give him a 16 title run already. But basically the match was going pretty well, and it was honestly a good match. I will give them that. John Cena and Seth Rollins had a really good match here. Definitely not the level that Cena was doing with like Owens and stuff like that, but I think these two definitely played off each other very well, to the point that the ref gets knocked out. And honestly, I kind of laughed at this because Jon Stewart comes down, and of course you're supposed to be thinking, oh god, he's gonna attack Rollins, he's gonna help Cena, and
Accepts.
Yeah, here's the funny thing. If you watch it, you can tell John. Obviously John knew what he was gonna do, but he goes to do it too early
because he sees John still down. And he's like,
Yeah, because he's looking at Rollins. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get you, Rollins. I'm gonna get you." And he makes the step towards Cena, and he does the chair motion, and then he sees Cena still down. And he's like, "Oh shit."
Honestly, I think I remember the ref going down, and I was just looking around, going, what's gonna happen? I see this guy running. I'm like, who is that? And they go, it's Jon Stewart.
Who is that old munchkin?
Why is Jon Stewart coming out? He's got a chair. Oh, he's going to attack Rollins. Why is he just standing in the middle of the ring? What's going on?
And then Jon Stewart explains.
And then fuck you, fucking Raw. I was not done. And Stewart got the biggest pop of the night. Now you can talk about Raw if you want.
Okay, and then Jon Stewart on Raw goes to explain that he didn't want Ric Flair's title run, like 16 belts, to be tied or whatever, and then Ric Flair comes out.
And here's where we play the game of how Ric Flair was Ric Flair last night.
Pretty subdued, actually.
I'm gonna have to say three bottles of wine.
Here, okay,
for
those not wine.
For those of you,
2.
Yeah. Sorry, let me go ahead and quickly explain this for those who are new to the whole idea of Ric Flair. Ric Flair, honestly, throughout his career, has had a habit of pretty much being really drunk when he's out in the ring, no matter what he's doing. So, but you can always tell where he's been. You can really tell where he's been really drinking versus when he's just sort of had some and he's just sort of loosened up. And you can sort of see the difference. Like there's like a lot of time when Ric Flair is just really out of it, he'll just like for most of it he'll just sit there and just sort of stare off into nothing for a while. But then once he goes, he just freaking goes.
Does his little dance.
Yeah, but
Elbow drops his jacket.
Yeah, but honestly, like last night's Raw, I'd say he was on the low side of being in the on being, which by the way, the reason we say how Ric Flair was he is because Ric Flair doesn't get drunk; he just gets more Ric Flair.
I think it was thanks to either Lemon or NASCAR who said that.
That was Rain.
Oh,
It was Rain.
Yeah, but
yeah.
But
Yes.
so Ric Flair last night, he was pretty calm. So I'd say on a scale I don't know how exactly to scale it because I'd like to make some sort of funny graphic for this or something like that. But
Right, we'll have like a Rickonometer or something.
yeah, a Flairometer. I think I threw out that idea earlier.
Yeah.
But I'd say on a scale of like if we're going to make this a scale like a scale of 1 to 10, I'd honestly put him at like a 3 or a 4.
Yeah, I said 4.
I was working by bottles.
4
but
martinis out of 10.
or just a shot of tequila.
Sure.
Okay, so yeah, so that happens, and then Cena comes out and pretty much because Flair first tells John, he's like, dude, I have no problem with John Cena breaking my record. I actually like the guy.
Him.
They were also pushing how he just got 500 Make-A-Wish things.
Yeah.
And then John Cena comes down and is like, okay, John, I respect you, but I gotta do something of my own. And then he AAs Jon Stewart.
What a hero for AAing this old Jewish man.
Who screwed him?
He's still an old civilian.
John screwed John.
John screwed
But
John.
here's the other way you can think about that. Jon Stewart willingly injected himself into the situation.
Also, no, he tried to get out of it because he did the "you can't see me" motion. He goes, "You can't see me, right?" He won't get me now. All right, let's keep going because we're really over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So. All right. So the next match was the Divas match. Team PCB, Team Bella, and Team Bad.
Team Bad.
With PCB coming out on top for this.
Team Bad got eliminated way too early. It pissed me.
Here's the timing on this match. Total 15-18.
That was a good timing, if you ask me.
It dragged on.
Yeah, Team Bad was eliminated at the 6 minute 17 second mark.
This is about right, if you ask me.
I'm sorry, but no, because I want Sasha Banks, but they didn't even put her in for that much. She was barely in the ring. It was so boring. Like, it just got boring after a while because it was a bunch of people I didn't get. It wasn't as good as. I got spoiled because I watched NXT. I really did.
Yeah, but it's honestly, I think at this point the whole team dynamic is starting to play out. I really do think they need to start focusing on just having the women just start their own feuds with each other and just going after the title again. I really do think we need that. Like we need to have like a solid, basically diva undercard story, and then the title feud. Because obviously WWE is willing to give the divas 2 spots on the shows every week.
Yep.
So
Really nice.
yeah, so I think that's what it is. Is honestly, I think we're like, all right, good, you've got them here. Can we get something else now? Like, can we get a title shot? Somebody go after the title now?
Yeah, really.
They mentioned that on Ms. TV.
Yeah. But because PCB was out there, and then honestly, I do like what they kind of started doing with Becky, where she'll just she'll get really into it and just start going off on like just odd tangents.
Seems like something a steampunk Scottish
Irish.
girl would do.
Irish.
Oh, Irish.
Yes.
Oh.
But let's see. But so yeah, that match happened, and yeah, it did kind of drag on for a while, and it's just the whole it's the Divas Revolution thing is not what's losing its muster, or luster, whatever. One of the two words works. I think it's really just this whole team dynamic where you're trying to, suddenly we went from basically this group of girls that was dominating to now we've got, now we've got the three factions essentially, and we've already got a faction war going. And here's the problem: the WWE wrestling fans are very used to faction wars by this point, so it's But anyway, let's go ahead and move on from that to another match, which was honestly, I'd say this was a really solid match to me, and I think it did work as kind of just kind of helped build the crowd back up to get to Taker Lesnar, and that was Kevin Owens Cesaro.
It was too slow. I'm just gonna. It was
Well,
like
those
they
guys
did
are
it-
kind of slow, anyways.
Well, I wouldn't say Cesaro isn't, but Kevin
They- they
Owens
just-
maybe, but not Cesaro.
Well,
They kept doing big moves. They kept doing big moves and then just like stopping. They didn't tie things in together enough. It
Yeah,
just
well,
got slow
and-
and boring.
yeah, and honestly, that's kind of both the guys' style. Like both Cesaro and Owens are very much plan the match out, very kind of keep the rhythm kind of more low pace. And that is kind of the danger that comes into that when you put two guys like that together. Is that you got two guys that take it slow, it could take itself too slow. But so we got that, and then Cesaro went on to beat two people just trying to get a contract. Yes, I just tied this into Tough Enough.
Which we'll get to later.
Oh my
We
god.
probably won't spend too much time on it, but yeah. But anyway, now for this, I'm kind of torn on the final match of the night. Undertaker does beat Brock Lesnar, and he beats him by submission. This match, this match took 20 minutes 4 seconds, by the way. And
It was.
Wow,
it
that
was
seemed
good.
like it went on for longer.
Yeah.
This is what I could say about the match.
Wait, time out. What does that time include? The time that the match stopped?
wait, oh, you mean at the very end?
Yeah. Do you think it counts that time?
I believe it does.
Right.
Yeah, because I believe the times they put on here are always, first bell to last bell.
There was a bell though.
There was a bell in the middle. I said last bell,
Right.
as in the one that rang when Brock Lesnar passed out.
I fucking hate this match so much.
Yeah.
Man,
so
Cole, you're acting like douchey McPickpants here.
Dude, I'm
You're
sorry.
You're acting like Reese. No, you're not that bad.
No, I'm sorry, but how can I like this match when they
I don't know,
keep touting
Reese is a little more constructive.
They keep thanks, asshole. They keep touting this match like 15 months in the making, and then you end it like the double count out in confusion and bullshit.
no,
It's like,
now here's my thing. This type of odd ending, I actually don't have a problem with this style. This can happen at SummerSlam. The reason I'm not a fan of this ending is because of the feud they put it in.
yeah.
That's the thing that bothers me on this one is, if this had been like say this had been how John Cena Seth Rollins had ended, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Or like reverse the thing where it's Cena gets the low blow and stuff like that. You obviously whatever. Or Cena doesn't hit the low blow, but Cena's hit with the low blow or whatever. If that happened, I wouldn't have a problem. It still work. But in this case, and I know the idea was that Undertaker is pretty much willing to do anything to get revenge on Brock Lesnar, is the idea.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know, it's the whole, Because obviously, because first of all, you have Taker full on tap out, because he does, and that's the whole point behind the thing where the ref was on the other side, couldn't see the tap, but the timekeeper did. And apparently, the idea they're going for there is that the timekeeper, I guess this timekeeper was the same one from WrestleMania 30, and he was like, oh god, I gotta keep Taker from getting hurt. Yeah. Or it's not the same one from 30, but basically he's a guy that's pretty much seen what Brock can do, so he's like, oh god, I gotta stop. I gotta get this. This has gotta end. And so he pulls the trigger and rings the bell. And then the ref's like, wait, I didn't do shit.
Yep. This is what I could say. I mean, one, there was a lot of good moments in this match, like when obviously Brock was doing Suplex City Bitch. Well, a little too much here, but he was embracing it. Another one was like when Taker came up and when Brock was laughing, pretty much Undertaker laughed back at him, which that's obviously going to be a gif out there. And
Taker did all of his old moves.
Yeah, which is really nice to see.
Wait,
He did
really,
Last Ride. He did the pile driver. He did.
he did old school.
He did old school. No, he didn't do old school.
Yeah. Oh well, he tried to. Brock reversed it.
Oh.
But by the way, if I need to make sure this Lemon, is that really true? The timekeeper for this match was or are you just making a joke? Because that would be funny. Because Lemon in her match said that the timekeeper was the son of the Shockmaster.
I believe it.
I want to know if that's a joke or if he's being serious.
Fighting my source now.
Okay.
Oh god, he's being serious.
Now, what? Okay, let me finish, please. What I can say, I mean, it's great to see Taker. It definitely shows that he's definitely up to health right now. Brock definitely has some good moments, and to me, anyway, it does kind of show that this feud will definitely continue a little bit, probably even till Hell in a Cell. But I could be wrong. Who knows?
It's probably going to be. We're probably not going to see Taker until Mania. Yeah,
I think I think we're going to
so-
see Taker again sometime during Survivor Series because we got to properly build up for Sting.
All right, so I'm actually gonna have to ask. I'm gonna have to tap out because I think my roommate wants to go to bed, so I'm gonna tap out for the night.
All right.
All right, later, Cole.
All right, then,
All right,
Cole.
bye-bye.
So we'll put your stuff up later.
Yeah. I'm the champion. Bye.
All right. So, here's
a true champion.
So here's what happened to me on this one. Just honestly, the result of this match could have gone either way for me. Brock wins. It verifies him breaking the streak in a better match from Mania. Taker wins. He gets revenge, and it sets up a rubber match. That makes sense. Both endings make sense. Now, it's just that I guess it's because when he's the fact that he's basically being Dead Man Undertaker, or he's being Outlaw Undertaker, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing him pull stuff like the low blow and things of that nature, it I guess as a fan, it kind of just left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah,
They were trying to do both endings.
Sorry, Rock.
Sorry.
Yeah, pretty much Lobos to me, that's more of like American Badass Undertaker, not Dead Man Undertaker.
Yeah, that's because that was the whole thing. Is like I was, I mean, if he had decided that I couldn't beat you as the Dead Man, so I decided to revive. I decided to revive an old company of mine, and he revives Dead Man Inc.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I could have seen him pulling that as that as that character. Yeah. But yeah, it's just it was just that the ending honestly it left a bad taste in my mouth is really what it did. That's about the best way I can describe it.
It's because they were trying to do both, but they couldn't decide on which one they wanted to do.
Yeah, the ending to me, I mean, I like that there might be more possibilities in your future, but it's just I thought the ending could have been much better.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Because honestly, I thought they were gonna have Brock beat him because I figured all Taker was gonna do for coming up. Because how is he not gonna go in the Hall of Fame this year?
WrestleMania is going to be in Texas, and it's really appropriate for him to go into the Hall of Fame.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Sergeant, you've been part of this show for how long, and you didn't know that the next WrestleMania is going to be in Texas?
No.
Well, whatever.
Anyway, that's kind of that. And I think that's kind of why, SummerSlam got dragged down to me. Like, honestly, I was thinking this was a good show up to that point. It had its down points, had its up points. And then, I don't know, it's just, then you end it with Taker getting that win, and you just end the whole show on basically a bet. You end the show with me, and just, I'm just kind of sitting there going like, man, why doing that? Huh. Man, it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things. So, all right. So we've been going on really long. Let's see. Highlights of Raw were, the new Wyatt member Dudley's. I will say the Miz TV segment with the Divas was pretty good.
Yeah.
An odd moment was they did the whole 8-man tag to basically have have pretty much all the feuds from SummerSlam have their meeting afterwards, where it was Cesaro, Ziggler, Ryback, and who was the last one again? Orton versus Sheamus, Owens, Big Show, and wow, I blanked again. Rusev, yeah. So they have them all get together. And the match ends, and honestly a nice little oops, the heel team loses because of shenanigans or whatever. But it's Big Show's trying to knockout punch whoever was in the ring for the faces, and he punches not Rus. Let me see.
He punches Owens, I think.
No, Owens was outside the ring along with Rusev, so he punched Sheamus.
What's his name?
Yeah, Sheamus.
He punched Sheamus.
Sorry.
So Sheamus is out, and then he gets pinned for the victory. So the face team gets out of the ring. Owens and Rusev come in, and they pretty much attack Show because obviously they're pissed off about it. The odd part about that was that then the face team gets back in the ring, and Ziggler super kicks Show. And then Ryback and Cesaro lift up Show so that Orton can do a big RKO.
Yeah.
And it just felt wrong.
That sounds like more of a heelish move, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It felt weird, and that was kind of an odd moment of the night. And then we got the whole last segment. Oh yeah, there was the John Cena confronting Jon Stewart. Then John.
the last segment was amazing.
Yeah, then John Cena's heading out towards the ring because he's going to screw things up.
Yeah.
Stephanie and Trips are both like, nope, get out of the building.
We're going to escort you out.
Yeah. So then they do the whole thing where Triple H does the whole thing where he's basically making fun of Cena's thing where he says you got to have hustle, loyalty, and respect, and get that to be a champion, and then also be a winner. So he introduces Seth. Seth goes on his whole thing talking about like how great of a champ, how he compares to the greats of the past and stuff.
Wait, Suki, you're forgetting one thing. It was Vince McMahon's birthday.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Oh, yeah.
A nice little shoot moment is that Trips and Stephanie. I almost called her Vicky.
Vicky McMahon.
But
oh God,
Stephanie, they go. By the way, it's my dad's birthday, and they're like. Well, he's definitely not going to come out here, but I want everybody to join us and sing and happy birthday to him. So everybody in the crowd sings, and even the commentators are singing with the headsets on, and I love it because then they're sitting there, they're like they're having a nice little laugh, and I guess they get a message from the back, and he's like, oh, he is so pissed in the back right now.
A pissed off 70-year-old.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
Hey, I'm
continue.
back. I'm out in the hallway now.
Well, okay, so, and then so the final segment of Raw, it was and so basically Rollins building himself up, and I kept wondering okay, how did Cena get to the statue before he was kicked out? How did he get to the statue? How did he screw this thing up? Curtain goes up, and hi Sting, where have you been?
What?
Yeah, so Sting is now back, and this time it's not. This time it's obvious he's not just going to disappear again until Mania. He's pretty much here, and he's made his intentions very clear. Sting wants the title,
Which
Yes.
I would love to see, but I am kind of skeptical if WWE is going to give it to him.
and yeah, I'm skeptical on that too. But then again, here's the other part of that. And here's why I kind of understand why they're doing this. Sting can go after the WWE title. This completely frees up the U.S. title rematch for John Cena.
Ah.
Because he is guaranteed that rematch, but he is not guaranteed the WWE World title rematch.
You got a point there. Good point there.
So this immediately throws somebody onto the world title picture to give to that way you throw Cena at the US. And it works.
It does.
Okay. And that's really all I got to say on that one because yeah, cool, Sting's back. Let's it'd be nice to see him work a little bit more. It's going to be nice to see him, not just disappear again. Well, he I'm not sure. He's probably not going to work. He's obviously not going to work like every week in the ring or anything. But yeah, still, that's a.
Can he murder Bo Dallas?
No, that was Brock's job last night. Yeah. Which I have to admit, yeah, Brock in the opening segment was pretty funny because just for like he does force German suplexes to Bo. And then he starts walking out, and everybody starts booing because they wanted one more. And then I like that. Then Heyman just walks up and goes like, "Wait,
dude,
Heyman,
go do one more. Do it.
Come on,
Go ahead,
come on,
do it."
do one more." And he goes like, "Okay." So he goes in there, does one more German, and then he goes back up again. But then Paul just goes like, "Wait, Brock, for me, do an F5."
How much does Bo Dallas hurt?
Probably
a lot.
But anyway, so
that was Raw. That was SummerSlam. That was Takeover.
All right.
Tough Enough.
yeah. So let's go on this real quick. So Tough Enough finale was right before we went on we decided to do our recording, and just to put it out there, the winners of the season are Josh and Sarah Lee.
Yay, Sarah Lee.
And
It was a fix.
yeah, I'm sorry,
There
but
was a supposed fix.
I'm sorry because here's the thing. I can understand if Josh won over the universe on the last week. I can understand that. The problem is I find it very suspicious that the numbers were exactly 70% to 30%.
I feel like that is so rigged.
Like, I mean, and that's the whole thing. It's like I'm not upset that Josh won. That's not it. But it just feels like WB just said screw the audience on this one.
Z screwed Z.
Yeah, but that's kind of the main thing. Because I mean, because here's what they did for the last show. They actually had them wrestle very short matches. The women wrestled Alicia Fox, and the men wrestled Cesaro, each 1-on-1.
Yeah.
And I do think the reason why I would fully believe that Josh would have won this week, even without a screw job in there, is ZZ did probably the worst thing he could have done with coming out there. He completely took his personality out of his entrance,
Which probably hurt him.
Yeah, and that's been his biggest strength of this entire thing, is his charisma. He absolutely had it. He was perfectly there. He knew he could get people. He knew how to get people to like him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and he just comes out there. Yeah.
Just really quick, at NXT and SummerSlam, Tough Enough Finals got booed really fucking hard.
Ooh.
Like, really badly.
Well, honestly,
People hate this show.
honestly, back in the day, people booed the Tough Enough stuff anyway. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Chef remembers that. Yeah, whenever the Tough Enough kids all showed up at events, they either they got booed or or people just sort of went at them.
It's mainly because like some people didn't really know who they are or anything. But I remember the last Tough Enough, and it was with Silent Rage. People were cheering that he won. People liked that he won.
Yeah,
that's one thing I could say. But whenever
But then drugs happened.
What was that?
But then drugs happened.
Yeah, a bit of drugs and marital problems, basically.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, let's.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, because honestly, I don't have like I said, but yeah. So for me, with Tough Enough, I don't have a problem that Josh won. It just kind of it just doesn't feel like it feels like WB just forced this one.
Yeah, the numbers don't even add up either, to me. I just feel like 70% to 30%. I feel like something's off, for some reason. But that's just me.
Yeah.
But it kind of raises the question: do you think WWE would even welcome ZZ to be a part of the developmental program?
Maybe.
No.
Yeah. It's.
Wow, Cole, sassy Cole right here.
I'm sorry, but
No, it's like Triple. I don't know if we know Vince doesn't like him. I'm not sure if Triple H likes him. That's my issue.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Remember, ZZ. Here's the thing. Yeah, ZZ wasn't originally picked to be part of the cast, but when they had to pick somebody, Triple H picked out ZZ because he just said, you know what? Yeah, he pretty much said, okay, you were right there. Here's your chance to show that we should have picked you originally.
So in a way, I guess you could say Triple H, he sees potential in him.
Yeah.
So and keep in mind what happens when Vince pretty much decides to ever retire. Triple H pretty much takes over, and who knows?
And the newest member of the Authority.
And then Kevin Dunn takes over. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, but I think, honestly, if I would think, because Triple H, I'm sorry, one thing I can definitely say about Triple H, he sees something the audience wants. He can see it.
Yes.
And it would be nuts if Triple H didn't at least say, hey, I want to offer a developmental contract to you. Hell, he needs to go back and go to Mata and go, hey, I want to offer you developmental. You're not. It's not going to be $250,000, but you'll be. But I can get I can get you in here. We can get you training.
I'm pretty sure that most of the late
and they put him right under the Miz.
I'm pretty sure most of the late game people in Tough Enough are probably getting contracts.
Or at least
wait. What about the girl who got? What about the girl who got eliminated before Sarah Lee and the other one?
Gigi?
Yeah, you think she's getting one?
No.
I will say this: I do think Amanda is gonna get one.
Most likely.
Because I will say this: on the women's side, I do think Amanda looked better in the ring. I think she looked more comfortable.
Well, you can work on that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I guess because I mean, you've got these names, and I feel like the idea for Tough Enough is you want to turn them around really fast. Like they want them to turn around. They want them to get up there and get their face out there. Like, obviously it's not going to be the same speed as like the original Tough Enough where you were instantly on the main roster. But it's. I mean, it does kind of feel like that. Yeah, they if they wanted a quick turnaround on a new talent, I think Amanda would have. And I'm kind of looking in that regards. Yeah, I can see where Josh is the better pick in that because he's probably a faster turnaround. But I think Amanda was probably the faster turnaround on the women's side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all right, so you know what? Yeah, I think
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it. This is going to officially be probably our longest show ever, and hopefully we
Yeah.
never do this again.
I gotta watch Face Off in 3 minutes, man.
All right.
Okay, so let's just
No.
let's just get this done quick.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and let's go and get our sign off done.
Sarge,
AJ's
we'll start
not
with you.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. I was gonna get for AJ real quick. Sorry.
Oh,
Since
AJ's
AJ,
not here.
Yeah, since AJ's not here, let's just go ahead and we'll go ahead and do it for him. You can follow him on Twitter at punkgamer. The E is a 3. That's his thing.
That's lead speak.
Yeah, that's his thing. You can also follow your podcast he does, the Brotacast, and it's over on the YouTube channel. Corey Mike 1990.
Yeah.
I believe it's the channel. So you can go follow him there. Sarge, you're up.
Follow me there too. I do Minecraft and other various video games soon, maybe, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that.
Okay.
Go follow the Brotaku. Do it.
Yep. All right. So Cole.
I'm cold trained forever on everything, and I'm a certified G and a bona fide stud.
Too
that your
bad
pet
they
name?
forgot. Too bad they
Cold
forgot to
Train Forever?
teach you that.
Fuck you. Damn it.
Anyway, and Joe.
I didn't say letters and numbers this time.
All right.
Oh
Joe.
my God! Letters and numbers.
Okay, Joe, your turn.
All right. You can follow me at Joe Off the Island on Twitter, and you can follow me on YouTube on Chef Joe G19. Same thing on DeviantArt, and just keep an eye on that, and I might have some other projects and whatnot. Suki, now time for you to close.
Yep, Suki-sama87 on just about everything, and of course follow the YouTube channel, Otaku Center Backup. There's Otaku Center Twitter. You can follow it if you want. Other than that, I think we're done here. Let's go ahead. I say we go ahead and sign off. I'm gonna let me get this. Let me get this over to Chef, and let's try and get this out as let's get this turned around, so that way you guys aren't waiting weeks on the episodes anymore. So
Yes.
So
Yay, weeks.
Yeah. So hopefully we're getting better at this, and we'll keep this going. But with that in mind, thank you so much for sticking around through this absolutely monster of an episode. We'll with next week we should be getting back to closer to an hour long. These last 2 weeks were kind of special deals. So, but with that, thank you so much for showing up. And on behalf of everybody here, we'll see you next time on OA Wrestling.
Good, because I gotta go take a crap.
Where'd all these liquor bottles come from?
Face Off.
Whatever. We needed something to put. We usually do some
No.
bullshit at the end anyway.